the organizations were actually pushed or forced to actually implement any tools like this, I mean GRC. Okay, so it's because, I mean, each and every company has to follow certain rules and regulations. Okay, because the government had actually framed certain rules and regulations, okay, like Sarbanes-Oxley Act, okay, or any other acts which are similar to Sarbanes-Oxley Act. Have you heard about Sarbanes-Oxley Act before?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
So financial organizations.
yeah, so this is the one of the what do you say, act which actually brought a big change in the SAP security world.
Yeah.
Before that, security was just integral module of basis, and no one cared about much about security.
Okay.
As soon as this SOX Act came into picture and the people started looking at, then they started discussing about multiple options. Okay.
Okay.
Multiple things and everything. Okay. So and companies need to follow these guidelines. Okay. SOX and JSOX. This is same version of SOX for Japan country.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
And we also have one more act called Data Protection Act. It is for the Germany. Like this, okay. Each and every country have their own, actions. Okay.
Okay.
Actions are actually acts which are actually prepared for them to to how to run a company. Okay.
Yeah.
And if the company, since company needs to follow this kind of rules and guidelines, okay, they need to actually evaluate themselves to see if they're following them or not. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, they need to follow themselves whether they need to follow them or not. Now, who is going to evaluate that? It's going to be auditors who will actually evaluate them, correct?
Yeah.
They'll come every once in every year, and twice in a year and come and check those systems and see, if they're good or not, right? Here we're talking about auditing. There are two types of auditing which will happen in the company. Okay, sorry, basically, two types of auditing. First one is the financial auditing, which we are familiar with, correct? You know about financial auditing, right?
No, I don't.
What does an auditor do?
Well, he will check whether everything is correct or correctly configured. The roles are configured against.
That's you're talking about IT auditor.
Financial auditor meaning he will check your
Accounts and everything.
Yeah.
Accounts and what are the profits company made and all those things. That's the responsibility of the financial auditor.
Yeah.
So that's what the auditor auditing means actually in the olden days. But now with the inception of the IT systems and growing usage of the IT systems, companies also need to follow the IT auditing as well.
Okay.
Okay, and this IT auditing actually was changed. Okay, especially with this kind of laws and regulations. Okay, they've actually got big boost, or you can say big what you can say focus or big area of growth and everything happened. Okay, with this kind of laws. Okay, when company needs to check this auditing, now what happens now? They need to actually prepare themselves so that they can clear the audits. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So if they want to prepare themselves, then they need to actually employ someone who can go ahead and check them. Correct?
Yeah.
So usually company can have either they can depend on SAP security team or they can depend on their internal auditors. Okay?
Yeah.
They can depend on the internal auditors. So in this kind of internal audits, okay, company actually has found a negative reports.
Okay.
Negative reports meaning okay they're not following the guidelines as expected. In simple words.
Okay.
Okay. They're not following the guidance as expected. So they're supposed to actually make sure that okay they're supposed to be good. Okay.
Yeah.
Now what happens now? So since this is the problem, so this is where then the companies actually started looking for some tools, okay, which can help them to follow the guidelines, okay.
Yeah.
So these are the tools which are actually available in the market. So one of those tools is actually the GRC tool, okay. It's the GRC from SAP, okay. So there are like multiple other tools like Approva Biz Rates in the market. There's one more now which is a good competitor for SAP. That's Approva Biz Rates.
What is that?
Approva Biz Rates. Approva Biz Rates.
Okay. Approva Biz Rates. Okay.
Yeah, that's also one more tool which is available in the market. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the solutions. Solutions actually available in the market. So this is where the reason why GRC came into picture first. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So we were talking about the auditing, correct? Or the SOX. Okay.
Yeah.
The SOX, if you see the SOX, why do we actually need SOX is because SOX is like a Sarbanes-Oxley Act of 2002. Okay.
Okay.
Which is also called as the actual name for this one is actually is Public Company Accounting Reform and Investor Protection Act. This is the actual name which is given to this act.
Okay.
However, it is popularly known as SOX.
Yeah.
Because the people those who have sponsored this law, they're not the one who made it, but the people those who have sponsored this law, okay, are the one of them is senator and the other one is House representative in the George Bush era.
Okay.
So they have actually sponsored this the law. That means okay, they actually paid some paid money to whatever the money it takes to make this law.
Okay.
So because of that, what happens is that okay, this law was actually named against them as well. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's named against it. Okay. So Obbins is the first name of the one person and Oxley is the last name of the other person.
Okay.
I don't even know the full names because no one bothers about the names. Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
in here, so why was this actually came in picture? Why was the need for them to make a law? Because there was a big scandals happened in America.
Okay.
So one of the scandal, okay, the big one is okay called Enron. Okay. I'm not sure if you have heard about it or this company name. Okay.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah. So Enron Corporation was an American energy company based in Houston, Texas. Enron had reported the figures in 2001 approximately. Okay. Enron had around 22,000 people. So it's not a small amount of employment they actually had.
Yeah.
And they claimed the revenues of $111 billion in 2000.
Okay.
111 million. It's not 111 millions. It's actually $111 billion. That too in the year 2000 itself. It's not now. And nowadays, okay, yeah, like similar to Satyam.
Okay.
Okay. And Fortune named Enron company as America's most innovative company for 6 consecutive years. That means, so see the amount of brand name they had actually built.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If someone is actually telling you saying that okay, one of the famous magazine and everything, saying that okay, you are a good company, or you're you're going like anything and everything. Now what happens now? Obviously, okay, they actually what they did, they actually inflated their figures. That means if you are earning $100 now, they said okay, $200 they earn now.
Yeah.
If we keep on multiplying it, at some point of time we will stop it. You cannot multiply it, correct?
Yeah. That's true.
So you say, I mean, today you got 1 million, tomorrow you say 2 millions. I mean, next quarter or next month.
Yeah.
So we start multiplying it. Okay, within 3 or 4 years, you have to stop it there because you can't grow on like anything, right?
Yeah.
Today you have 10 customers. Yeah, you can say that okay, next quarter you have 100 customers. That's still acceptable, right? Because you just started and you're aggressively looking for customers.
Yeah.
But if you have 10,000 customers and if you say okay, next quarter you double the customers to 20,000, that's suspectable, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like this, okay, they start there. They cannot multiply the figures as they wanted. So on one fine day they went and filed a bankruptcy.
Okay.
They said okay, we did the fraud, they did the fraud or someone did the fraud. Now the luckiest part is that okay, in the year's loss, okay, if someone actually files a bankruptcy, he can't do anything on them.
Yeah.
So you can't put a case.
Okay.
You can't put a case. You can't do anything on them.
Okay.
Okay. It's as simple as that. You can't put anything. You can't do them anything. Okay.
Okay.
Now what will happen? Now what will happen? So I mean they're actually safe. Okay, and this company was listed in a stock market. Okay. Imagine what will happen. What are the consequences now? What are the consequences?
The employees who are employed by Enron, I mean, they get cheated as well as people who have invested in Enron, they might lose their money.
Yeah, they might not lose. They already lost.
Yeah. Yeah.
The stock got boom. The stock got fell down.
Yeah.
There's no one is going to pay them that money. Correct?
Yeah.
So that's where the change actually happened. That's where the change happened because I mean, if $110 billion or $111 billion company, okay, someone says like this is the amount of money. Imagine how much money it becomes. It makes Infosys, TCS, Wipro, all those things is still not that much amount of money.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you see how big it is? I mean, that is not small amount of money. So obviously, okay, now what happened? The people are angry and government also got, into the situation where, they have to showcase, some kind of responsibility for this.
Okay.
What is government coming in picture here now? What is government coming in picture?
They have cheated the people, right?
Yeah, because people had invested in this company, which was listed in the stock market.
Yeah.
Right? If government can't take any responsibility, then people will not invest in any stock, correct?
Yeah.
They will not invest in stock. Obviously, what will happen? It will stop the growth of the country. Correct?
Yeah.
The giant companies can't list themselves in the stock market to get to acquire money, but they can't do anything. Correct?
Yeah.
So obviously, what will happen now? There's a big problem. It's a big problem. Correct? Is it?
Yeah.
Big problem. So because of that, what happened? Because of that, what happens is that the government actually made a law and says that this law has to be followed by each and every company, each and every company which is a publicly listed company.
Okay.
You can't force a private limited company, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, you can say that you have to have this and everything, but you can't force them, saying that you have to follow this. Because it's one money. Either he loses, he makes money, or he loses money, it doesn't matter.
That's right.
But there is a proprietor who is responsible, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. For that reason, what happened is the company is actually now that's where the change actually happened. The initiation.
Okay.
The law is the one which is actually changed this.
Okay.
Now the customers across USA, doesn't matter whether they have SAP or non-SAP, it doesn't matter. They need to follow these guidelines now.
Okay.
SOX is like a big book. Okay?
Yeah.
Like a big book. It has multiple sections here. You see section 302, 404 like this, there are multiple sections.
Okay.
Now if they need to follow the sections, now who is going to decode them to them, right?
Yeah.
What is there in SOX? It's a big Bible. Someone needs to actually read this Bible and understand that Bible and
Yeah.
say that this is your company, this is your industry, this is what you need to follow.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay? The respective auditing companies like Deloitte, KPMG and everyone, they started decoding it, okay?
Yeah.
They have decoded it. Now once they actually started decoding it, what happened is that so now they actually go ahead and they started saying that this is how it is. That's where there is one Indian who actually identified this need, okay?
Okay.
Identified need of a product which can actually help the companies like this, okay?
Got it.
So he made a product called Virsa.
Okay.
It was an add-on and an ABAP stack, okay?
Okay.
He made a product called Virsa and it was an add-on for the ABAP stack, okay?
Okay.
Named as Virsa. So add-on for ABAP stack. Okay? So like this, this is for only SAP, but again, there may be other softwares which are required for the, other add-ons required for the other softwares like Oracle, PeopleSoft and all those things. They also need to follow the guidelines. But since we are concerned about SAP, we are talking about only SAP, okay?
Okay.
The SOX is not meant for only SAP, it's meant for all softwares, for all companies. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. So here they actually made an Virsa add-on. So by an Indian, so they actually decoded, they took the help of, some auditors and everything. However, they made an add-on. Okay.
Okay.
Then SAP has actually found a good growth in this. Then SAP had actually acquired this a company.
Okay.
Acquired this company and renamed it as GRC.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Got it.
As GRC. So they came up with 5.1 version 5.1, 5.2 and 5.3. When SAP was bought, it was actually Vista was 4.0.
Okay.
Okay, they renamed it and they made it like this. Okay. So once they did it, this one, now what happens now? They actually again SAP now came up with one more version that is called GRC 10. Okay. So that's what we're gonna learn now. Okay.
What is the current version of GRC?
That's a 10. That's the current
Okay.
version.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see what are the differences and what are the new features in GRC 10. Okay. How does it differ from previous versions? Okay, and all those things we look. Okay, we look at them later.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pleased.
So now let me show you GRC system now. So how does it actually look like? Okay. Oh, where is this opportunity? Pause the screen. Okay, you know about SAP Logon Pad, right?
I'm sorry, what is?
You know about SAP Logon Pad.
I know SAP Windows GUI Logon.
Yeah, that's what it's called as. SAP GA, SAP Logon Pad, SAP Front End, you call anything, it's the same thing.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so I'm now logging into a server here, right? Okay, you can see that, okay, I'm just actually on the server, GRC server.
Okay.
Now actually, entering my email ID and password. It's like normal ABAP login. There's no any
Yeah.
difference. Like normal ECC system, how you log in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And I log into server. Okay. We actually do two main things in the server. Okay.
Okay.
One is the configuration, and the other one is the using the configuration we made, or using the GRC10.
Okay.
Because that's where we come to know what is the functionality of GRC and why why we are configuring it. Correct.
Can you repeat this statement again?
And that's where when if you start using the GRC, that means once you configure the server, you have to go ahead and use the system. That's
Yeah.
where you come to know whether the configuration you have done is correct or not. Correct.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Here we actually use two major transaction codes. One is SPRO, okay, which is called implementation guide. Transaction code name is SPRO.
Okay.
SPRO. Okay. Here you actually have a separate, what you can say, node for GRC here. Here we do multiple things in this. Okay. We all do all the configuration here.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
I'll do all the configuration here related to this one.
So for all the modules, this is where the configuration will be done.
It is done. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And here again in this one only access control. You see, separately I have access control again.
Yeah.
No access control. Okay. Some you go out of the access control as well, but most of them are done in the access control only. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. In addition to this, okay. In addition to this, okay, we also use one more transaction code called NWBC. The transaction code name is NWBC.
Okay.
Okay. NetWeaver, it stands for NetWeaver Business Client. NetWeaver Business Client. Okay.
Okay.
So it will open up an Internet Explorer for you. Okay. Where you can see that, okay, this is where the Explorer actually opens. Okay. It is showing me what are the roles available to me in the SAP server. Okay. You see the screen roles here which are available here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I can click on this role, or I can go ahead and click on this node. If I click on this root node, then it will open all the roles which are available for me. If I click on only one role, then it will show the content in that only particular role. But here in total I have only one role, correct?
Yeah.
Either I click on here or click on here, it doesn't matter. It doesn't make big difference. But if you have more than one role, if you click on the respective role, it will show you only the content of that particular role here. Okay.
Yeah.
And you see this option which is came here. SAP Business Client, NetWeaver Business Client. Okay. And you see some options as well here, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So here you have a My Home Work Center. You have a Setup Work Center. These are called as work centers.
Okay.
This is called a work center. So we'll actually go ahead and see most of the options available in this access in these three work centers. Okay.